Thanks for checking out my arrangement of Christmas Time is here. Let me pass along some tips so you can play it too. First things first, I do not use a pick. I use all 5 digits of my pick hand or my right hand. I also tune the low E string down to an E flat so I can get a low E flat to support some of the E flat chords. Well, the only E flat chord in there, E flat add sharp 4. And also I use it so my thumb fretted chords are easier to fret because I have to come up 1 fret to compensate for the tuning since it's a half step lower, and it works out really good. For instance, in the beginning of the song, I use this F major 7, a la Stairway to Heaven. Well, Jimmy Page puts his thumb here, and whoever else tries to play that chord in this song or any other instance, I put it here because of the tuning. It makes it a lot easier. As it will with all the chords throughout most of the arrangement. It gets a little tricky in the last 4 bars, but we'll get to that in a second. So, that E flat add sharp 4 chord is a little bit of a stretch. As long as you have your thumb down here kind of in the middle of the neck, you should be able to make it. And it has that low E flat for you to support it with. So it sounds really, really good. That will get you through the first 4 bars of the A section. Second 4 bars, where the changes start to get a little bit more frequent, it's a matter of using all 5 digits, as I was in the first 4 bars too. And I'm kind of rolling an arpeggiation motion through the chords to get more of a piano type feel because, you know, the original artist, and of course the great Vince Guaraldi, that's what he plays, and that's what he played in the original recording that we all love when we hear it in A Charlie Brown Christmas. So at times I use that technique, and sometimes I just grab the chord like that. But just throughout the whole thing, no matter what kind of technique you do, just be subtle and pay attention to dynamics. For instance, when you're coming out of the, let's see, bar 6, which is another Stairway to Heaven chord here, A minor 7, and you go to grab the A flat minor 7, you want to definitely lighten up your touch on that one when you're going into G minor 7. And about that chord, notice I not only use my thumb, all the 6-string fretted notes are with my thumb, but I'm also using my second finger to fret the 4-3-2 string set, which is kind of unorthodox for that type of voicing, besides the lowest string being up a half step. The reason why I'm doing it is because it's not about the chord I'm on, it's about the chord that I'm going to, and that is this voicing of G minor 7. It's a lot easier for me to lift my second finger and come into that chord how I want to play it than it is if I just did, like, say, a comfortable fingering like this, or even something like this. Then it's a whole other ball of worms or can of worms or ball of wax or whatever. So that's why I do that. It's not that hard. It's actually kind of easy. So you shouldn't have too much trouble with that. That gets you through the first A section. The second A section is the same thing, except I start to bring in a harmonic technique where it's almost harp harmonics. I don't officially do harp harmonics till the very end, but what I'm doing is I'm using my thumb to pick the note, my first finger to fret the note 12 frets above wherever I'm fretting it here. So the first time I bring it in is when I bring in the E flat add sharp 4 chord again. I start playing these additives. These were some fill ideas that I heard in the original recording that I wanted to try to cop them into here, but I also wanted to add some guitar flair in there, and I love the sound of those harmonics. So, you know, it's a win-win, sort of. So that'll get you through, once again, the first 4 bars of the A section. When you come to the B section, the second half of the A section, the second time, everything is the same. If you could do it the first time, you could do it the second time. Now, when you come into the B section, things get a little bit more interesting. So you're going to have more harmonic technique, or another harmonic technique, this time more of a slap technique. Think like Eric Johnson or Jude Gold, where you do this. So now I'm slapping 12 frets above wherever I'm fretting. And I do that on the D flat major 7s both times. This one and this one. Notice the thumb fret. The 2 G flat major 7 sharp 11s have some of the same technique as I was doing on E flat add sharp 4, you know, where you're just simply picking or arpeggiating the harmonics in there. Now, with the big reverb sound I got, it captures all this and makes it a big cloud of sound. And by the way, that's a Strymon Big Sky with my 73 Strat going to the Big Sky into a 64 Fender Deluxe with a Celestion Vintage 30 in it. So it's a beautiful sound, and I love to use it, and it really works well for this type of stuff. In the second half of the B section, you're going to come up to more harmonics. This time they're going to be placed in places where it's going to be a bit of a challenge for you to get back and forth. And also you're going to have your toughest thumb fretting instance when you start playing these minor 7 add 11s in A and in G. So it's take a little getting used to it. Maybe you want to lift your elbow to be able to grab those. But this is as soon as you start the second half of the B section. And you're trying to keep that thumb there to provide a bass note the whole time that you're making all these movements, including the harmonic. My best piece of advice for this section is to think ahead. Know exactly where you're going. As you are playing this, you know that you're going to that E flat 7 add 13. You've got to visualize it, you got to see it, you got to know that you can do it. And that's how you'll be able to make it through all of the changes that have not only the thumb technique going on, but also the harmonic technique that gets snuck in there to quickly get to the changes. The overall thing that's to your advantage, it's a very slow tempo. It's a beautiful ballad. Play it as slow as you'd like, and even apply some rubato. Maybe you want to do it like this. And hold that, and then roll in that chord, and then... So you can use different types of playing techniques or dynamic techniques to help you outplay the arrangement however you like. It's all you. It's solo guitar. No rules, no one to answer to. And that's what's so fun about it. So that's how you do it. You have the chart printed out. You'll see that I maybe take some liberties and ad-lib things here and there compared to the chart, but I pretty much play what's on that chart. And of course you have the video to check out some of the ad-libs that I've added. I hope you enjoy this. Merry Christmas and have a great New Year. See you next time.